Hey there champs, there is no mystery that Shakur Stevenson and William Zepeda is one of the biggest fights of our lifetime. And before Turki Al-Sheikh came into the boxing picture, everybody believed that Shakur Stevenson and William Zepeda would have been the main event on its own. But CHREAZ season came into the picture and they done changed the game. CHREAZ season made all the boxing entities actually work with each other. Before Turki Al-Sheikh came into the picture, every single boxing entity could only make big fights with its own entity. So yes, some of these boxing entities actually work with each other, especially Top Rank and Golden Boy. But these fights were very few and far in between, and you could only dream of making these dream matches happen. But now Turki Al-Sheikh changed the game. Now Teofimo Lopez and Tank Davis would be one of my dream matches. But as we all know, Tank Davis is with the PBC and Teofimo Lopez is with Top Rank. So it would be very hard to make that fight. But now that Turki is in the game, he offers these fighters a lot of money. But the only thing is they had to fight in CHREAZ season in Saudi Arabia. So now that we know that, and we know Turki Al-Sheikh knows how to do matchmaking and throw events, I'm pretty sure he knows what talent can make headlines. So I'm just tripping out why he had Edgar Berlanga versus CHREAZ, the headliner, over Shakur Stevenson versus William Zepeda. And I am pretty sure Turki Al-Sheikh is not dumb. And I also do think that Turki Al-Sheikh knows what he is doing, and he has a grudge over Shakur Stevenson because deep down he knows that is one of the biggest fights in boxing. But I believe Turki Al-Sheikh tried to save face because he did offer Shakur Stevenson his biggest payday ever, $6 million to fight William Zepeda here in the States. So to me, this move does not make sense at all. And the only thing that does make sense is that Turki Al-Sheikh has a grudge on Shakur Stevenson for insulting him publicly. I mean, he did apologize publicly, but I would not have it any other way. If you insulted somebody publicly, you should be able to apologize publicly. That's the only way it can be valid. So to me, this does not make sense at all. But we all know Turki Al-Sheikh owns Ring Magazine, and the Raging Cajun Mike Coppinger, one of the best boxing analysts that there is, he clears it up for us as he is working for Turki Al-Sheikh and CHREAZ season. So one of the realists in the game, Mike Coppinger, states that sure, it does make sense because both of these fights, CHREAZ versus Edgar Berlanga and William Zepeda versus Shakur Stevenson, are both worthy of being headliners, but only one of these fighters are able to walk last. So to compensate William Zepeda and Shakur Stevenson of not being the headliners, they're gonna treat all the interviews and everything leading up to the fight as if they are the headliners. William Zepeda versus Shakur Stevenson. Now, I am telling you guys, this is one of the weirdest moves ever, but I mean, I'm still gonna watch the fight. I really cannot wait for this fight, and I hope Shakur Stevenson comes in at 100%. Well, I really do know fighters never come in at 100%, but I'm really talking about Shakur Stevenson's hands. As we all know, Shakur Stevenson has weak, brittle hands, and we do not know what version of Shakur Stevenson is gonna come at fight night. If Shakur Stevenson comes in with healthy hands, I have him beating the living ish of William Zepeda. Even if he comes in with only one healthy hand, I'm pretty sure William Zepeda is gonna break that hand because Shakur Stevenson suffers from 2 hand injuries and not just one. And believe me, William Zepeda will know if one of his hands is injured if Shakur Stevenson fights a certain way. And if Shakur Stevenson comes in with 2 brittle hands and 2 hand injuries, I have William Zepeda stopping Shakur Stevenson because as we all know how Shakur Stevenson fights, and he will not engage if you do not engage first. And what does William Zepeda do? He throws punches in bunches. He's a volume puncher, and the only way that Shakur Stevenson will be able to get William Zepeda off of him with all those volumes of punches is if he counter punches. But if his hands are hurting, how is he gonna counter punch? Because look at the Edwin de los Santos fights. He did not really counter punch, but it was Edwin de los Santos' job to make Shakur Stevenson fight. I really don't think Shakur Stevenson will even engage, even if he has healthy hands, just for being scared of him breaking them again. I really truly believe Shakur Stevenson is gonna be fighting timid all through his career, because he even stated that he's gonna call Floyd Mayweather to see what he did for his hands, because as we all know, Floyd Mayweather suffered from hand injuries, and Shakur Stevenson stated that he wants to prolong his career. So I am pretty sure that he knows that his hands are not getting better, and it's a shame because I truly believe Shakur Stevenson is one of the greatest fighters ever if his hands didn't hurt. But like Jamal Charlo said, that's his money makers, and if his money makers hurt, how's he gonna make that money? But guess what, guys, I ain't the biggest, I'm the baddest, and if you want to help out your boy, throw $1 at the super thanks. I gotta roll. Peace.
Let's go, champ. Let's go, champ.